Hi, this is Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and my project today is a twisted bag. If you can see, it's square on the bottom, and then it kind of comes up square like a box on the bottom, and then it comes up into a bag. I used Freezin Fun stamp set, and I think it's Freezin Friends dies to cut it out, and the paper on this one and we're going to use this, is from Trimming the Town, which I'm going to show you. Now this is you can use a 6x6 piece of paper for this bag, even still have a little bit left over. So you don't need to use the big, but I wanted this design. But you could make this with any of your 6x6 papers. Or you could get 4 out of each large piece, 12x12 piece of paper. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of paper that is 5.5 by 4 3/4. And I'm going to get my Simply Score. This is very simple. And as I said, you can do one whole treat bag with one piece of your 6x6 paper. Okay, so we're going to score on the 5.5 inch side at 2.5 and 5. Okay, now we're going to rotate it once, and we're going to score it at 1 1/4. Then we're going to rotate it again, and we're going to go to only the first score line you come to here. Okay, we're going to score at 1 3/4, just down to the score line, and at 4 1/4. Alrighty, and that's it. Very easy. Okay, we're going to fold and burnish. Only burnish the ones that are the full, that you score the full size of the paper. Okay, now what we need to do is we have our skinny rectangle on this side, and the smallest piece we're going to take away and wedge above it onto the next piece, just like that. Okay, and we also want to wedge this piece on the top part of it. Okay. Okay, now for the bottom, all we're going to do is just cut the squares apart. And we could just kind of try to take out the, as you're cutting it, try to get rid of the score line, because that'll get rid of the bulk and it'll close much more nicely. Alrighty. Okay. Now we just have to put some tear and tape right here. And I put it up close to the score line on this. Get my pick tool. Okay. Oop. Pretend I didn't take the glue off or put the glue on yet. We'll just hold it up like that. You're going to turn over your paper, and I want you to put tear and tape also on the, with your long rectangle on this side, the skinny one. Put glue on the first one, not glue, tear and tape. You could use glue too if you wanted to. On your first one and your third one. Now take all of your pieces of backing off your tape. Okay, now we're going to fold this little rectangle over and then take this one and fold it down. Okay, now if we can see these two, we're going to make, since this is where it connects, we're going to make this the front. Okay, so we're going to put the sides down. See these two sides, and then these are the two that you put the tape on. Okay, we could have waited until now to take the top off the tape, the liner, because then you don't have to worry about it getting stuck on anything while you're closing the other part. And I said we wanted this to be the front, so I mean it doesn't really matter because they're all going to be point. It's all going to be a point. So we just close. Just give it a little push, okay? And that there is your box. Okay, now we need our detail trio punch, and we're going to square these two corners here, round these two corners. This side. And since this is designer series paper, it's no problem with it being doubled, but if this were cardstock, I would do it when it's opened and then just fold one and because I don't want you to break your punch. But this is just designer series paper, so it's not a big deal to put 2 layers through it. Okay, now we're going to use the same punch to put a little hole. And we're just going to stick it in there, straight. And there's a line right here, if you can see that. Make sure that that goes right in the middle of your bag. And there you go. Okay. Now let's do some stamping before we finish this. Okay, you just need a piece of Whisper White. And I'm going to again use the penguin, so we need Tuxedo Black, and we're going to stamp out the penguin die, and we also need the snowboard. Great. Okay. Now I just want this to dry up a little bit. I'm going to bring in my Copics. Okay. And first we're going to use the dark smoky slate. Yes, dark smoky slate. And I'm going to do this little bit of hair, or I'm not sure, feathers that come down from the hat. And I'm going to do the wings. And his side here. And then the other side. Okay, now with dark pumpkin pie, I'm going to do his feet. And I even looked it up. I wasn't sure if penguins' feet were black too, but I looked it up, and for the most part, they're orange, or shades of orange. Okay, and his beak, I used dark Daffodil Delight. Okay, and for his hat, I used dark and light Mossy Meadow. Okay, I'm going to start with the dark. And I'm just going to color from the sides and in the tip here. And then I'm going to use the light mossy meadow in the middle and then just pull in from the sides a little bit to blend it a little bit. And that'll just be a little bit lighter in the middle. Okay, now we need light and dark real red. And I'll start with the dark. And I'm going to do his scarf. And again, oops, wrong side. I'm going to start at the edges and go to the middle. And then put the light real red in the middle and just pull a little from each side. Okay, and then we're going to do the same color on the top of the scarf. And this one I went with the dark from the bottom up towards the top to make this little bump have a little bit of lighter. What's in a scarf? Oops, no, I still need that. I go from the top down with the dark still. Okay, and then I'll fill in the middle with the light. Okay, and I'm going to make his pom-pom dark, real red. Alrighty, now for the snowboard I used light and dark Night of Navy. And I just made, it's really upside down, I just put the dark on this piece that's on the side. And then I filled in the top with the light. Okay, now I just need to get our dies that are the Freezin Fun dies. And I'll be right back. I have to get the snowboard one. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to finish the bag now. I'm going to put some candy in there. Now, like a whole candy, the mini candy bars will fit in there, or 8 Hershey Kisses. Which is a nice little treat. Okay, and this one I used the tulle polka dot ribbon. For this one that we're doing now, I'm going to use the real red sheer ribbon that is going to be released on August 4th, along with the paper and the Stampin' die sets. Okay, so I'm going to need about, say, this much, which is approximately 6 to 6.5 inches. Okay, and I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to close the box and put it through the hole. Okay, so that your loop is in the back. Just open up the loop and put your other pieces of ribbon through there. And there you go. All right, and I'm going to see which way these, well, I'll just put it, one goes this way, and I like to put the other one going down the other way. Alrighty, so that's the bag. And then all we need to do is get some dimensionals. And I just cut up some sides, not that one. like this one. Yeah, I cut these. Okay, and I'm going to put one on each side of the, half of one on each side of the snowboard. And then I'm just going to kind of use some cut up ones on. I need to cut another piece off. The penguin. There we go. Okay. I'm going to just put my penguin about where I want him. Right there. And then I will put the snowboard, I will just tuck him under his feet and then stick him on. And there you go. There's your 2 twisted bags. Okay, I would love it if you would subscribe. I upload videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. is when they first go up. And if you would like to buy any of these supplies, I'm a new demonstrator, so I could use the business. And these particular products will be available on August 4th, which is next week, I think next Tuesday. So oh wait, one thing, I'm so sorry. I put a little bit of Wink of Stella on the pom-pom, the hat, and the scarf. Little extra tidbit there. That makes them all nice and sparkly. Okay, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate the time you give me. I will see you next time. Bye.